Hello, my loves. Hi, Ben. Hi, Holly. I see your guys' comments already over on YouTube. Thank you. How are we doing this week? It's a new year. Haven't seen you guys since last year. I know, it's cliche, but that's okay. I'm a nerd. Hello, Susan. I see a message coming through from Steph. Steph will be over soon. I can't see any of your comments. There you are, Susan. Now you're on Facebook. I see it now. Hi, how are you? How's everybody doing? I can't believe y'all were in here already, right? Before I even got on. So if you're watching the replay, give it a few minutes, speed up to like 5-10 minutes in, and that's probably where we'll start. But oh man, it's been a nice, relaxing Christmas break for me. And I have started working on one of the platforms. I have another one ready. I just haven't started taking calls on it, but it's doing pretty good. So I'm going to be putting a 2-week notice in on Monday. So hopefully that'll go well for them, because I feel kind of bad. But I love the ladies I work with. You have an alarm set? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Holly. Did you get your box yet, Holly? I haven't even checked the number, the whatever it's called, tracking number. Lurking about here. I love it, Susan. I love it. You guys are awesome. You guys are the most supportive soul tribe ever, and I am ever so grateful to have you. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I've been working the whole time, but still it's been relaxing because it's my kind of work, you know. It's coming on Wednesday. Okay. I guess because of the holiday and all of that, which sucks, but yeah. Hopefully it'll get there quicker. Because that's over a week, I think. Didn't I send it on Monday, or was it Tuesday? I don't know. But usually, I think it only takes like 4 days in transit from me to you. But, you know, this whole time of the year is a big deal for USPS. Hey, Steph. I told you he'd be here soon. I saw your message come through and I was like, oh, Steph will be here in a minute. Hello, Matt. How are you, love? Nice to see your shining faces. We've got some good stuff in the cards, but it's going to touch on the stuff that hasn't been so great. So we'll get to it when it comes, but they're going to hit us with it basically in the beginning anyway. So I'm just preparing y'all. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I could get started before 5 in. I should stop telling people 10 minutes, huh? All right. We have new opportunities coming in. Okay. So get happy, celebrate that. Because, and that's the first one I'm going to take. Bottom of the deck energy does not necessarily have to apply to your career. Unless it does, take it how it resonates. But this is new opportunities. You can't see the comments, Ben? I don't know. Maybe shift. Oh, that's because most of them are on Facebook and you're over on YouTube. If you switch over to Facebook, you'll be able to see them on time because you. Yeah, Steph, sure. Hi, Lauren. Nice to see you. My package is on the Pony Express. It must be. That's old horsepower, not the new. All right, so new opportunities coming in, whether that's career related or not, doesn't have to be, okay? It's just new opportunities, a surge in your income, in your, you know, whew, sorry, names, words, labels, all the stuff just kind of goes out the window. Yeah, can't think of the word I was going to use. Anywho, new opportunities, having to do with your foundations. So increase, like I said, in finances or in opportunities, in things being gifted to you, however that manifests for you. It is coming in. We have stillness right behind that. Wait for the sign, don't rush, and enjoy the pause. So, you know, let's not try to force things to happen. Okay. Because when we're trying to force something to happen, that's us being in that chasing energy. And we know if we're in the chasing energy, whatever we're chasing is running from us. So make sure that you're pacing yourself. Okay. Tempering yourself. Lessons right behind that. Understand the lesson in this situation, shift perspective and karma. And we have another card that actually did come out of the deck about perspective, shifting that narrative. Okay, keep your thoughts in your alignment with your goals. Um, so even as things continue to reveal themselves to us that may or may not always be pleasant, okay, it's not about covering everything in love and light dust. Okay, we can't just gloss over the things that we don't particularly care to experience or see. We have to see the full picture for what it truly is, right? So instead of trying to ignore the lessons or trying to love and light everything to death, that's spiritual bypassing, keep that in mind. We're going to still face situations head on, but keep that narrative in perspective. Okay, because too many times we can get spun into the obsessive downward spiral thinking that, oh my gosh, this isn't happening, I'm in lack, nothing is happening, I don't see it happening, when is it going to happen? And that continues to manifest more lack, right? We're manifesting keeping ourselves in the void instead of allowing things to shift around us and manifest in tangible real time. So it's all about the energy that you approach it with, right? We have Delta Doorway, also bottom of the deck energy, forgiveness, and limitless freedom. Forgiveness, as you guys know, because you've been watching me forever, is not about letting things go and saying, oh, it's okay, it's fine, do it again, being that doormat. That's absolutely not what it is. Forgiveness is about release, of letting go, meaning it does not have any power over you anymore. And that can be situational too. It's not just about people all the time. It can be about situations. So if you're lacking in your finances, instead of trying to force something to happen, just kind of releasing and stepping back, looking at the bigger picture and working with the energies that are present so that you can harness what you need to and, funnel it in the direction that you really want it to go. That's harnessing that power for the flow, not for maintaining that stagnancy. Offer, again, right behind that. So definitely offers coming in, fulfilling offers. This could be if you're looking for some type of connection, doesn't have to be romantic, it could be any type of connection, then that is those opportunities coming in for you as well. Victory, accomplishing goals, relish in your success, celebrate it because it's happening for you. And if you're celebrating something having already happened, it tricks your mind into believing it's so, right? And our mind doesn't know the difference whether it's imagined or actually happened. So there's that. And that's also getting into the energy of having the thing, which aligns us to the manifestation of it. So things will start to manifest in your favor as long as you can hold that frequency. I forgive my ass for being poor and accept the millions. I love it, Steph. That is perfectly aligned to millionaire strategy. So that being said, we're still healing, still working out some things, okay? Even if you are kind of on the tail end of this, there's that residual energy. There are things that are going to come up for your attention, for you to release, right? Let go of the need to control certain outcomes or situations, especially if they haven't been manifesting for you. Page of Wands in the reverse. This is stagnation at its finest here, okay? And that being behind that moon card on the bottom of the deck, this is being revealed to you now. So, or you're coming out of this. Take it how it resonates for you. We're all on different timelines of the same energy. So, revelations about why things didn't move forward for you in the past, and really being able to take that step back and reassess, what was I doing, how was I thinking, what were my thought patterns and behavioral patterns that contributed to the stagnation. Anna, hello darling, nice to see you live with us. Yay. So happy you're here. So this could be something that you've blinded yourself to, or maybe you just weren't in the frequency to see it. It's not always intentional, okay? Sometimes we have to be blinded to certain things about ourselves or certain situations so that we will go ahead and navigate them instead of trying to, just know all about the situation because we're so tapped in, which, can happen. So we have to be blinded to certain aspects so that we can actually walk through that circumstance and come out on the other side with the wisdom and the experience that we would have needed to up level ourselves. Okay. So all of the things that haven't been moving forward for us, the not getting that job, not getting that person, not, you know, having certain relationships or situations fall apart, fizzle out, plans don't go ahead as scheduled, or whatever it has been for you. Okay. This is the revision part. This is where we're in that lesson review. This is where we need to really take that step back and have that bigger picture thinking, because when we're kind of pushed nose to the grindstone, when we're put under pressure, we're not as open to seeing the full picture. We get that tunnel vision, we get that obsessive focus, and the overthinking comes along with it. I know most of you guys are overthinkers, so you get it. So whenever we're in that energy, we're not seeing the big picture. Even if we try to step back, sometimes we're still not seeing all the pieces of the larger picture. So big picture perspective, take that step back, take a rest. You don't have to constantly chase things. You can't force things to flow. Okay. Not in this aspect. Sometimes you can, not going to lie. Sometimes you can, but here, trying to force things to happen is actually causing more resistance. Okay. So take the step back, ask yourself, your higher self, your guides, your whoever it is that you work with. Okay. Ask to be shown what it is that you need to see in order to be able to move forward, and just be in that pondering energy. It'll come to you just as long as you're not chasing it. Okay. Stop chasing, stop trying to force the visions even. Okay. That's not how psychic energy works. You got to be at that medium. Okay. You have to be in complete balance. Not always, you can still get things under pressure, but when it's something like this, you have to be in balance. Otherwise, you're not going to see everything clearly. And you do need to see things clearly. Shadow self. The shadows are surfacing. Hi, Joanne. I see Ben saying hi. Oh, is that Shauna? Sorry, let me go back up. Let me see who's here. It is Shauna. Hello, love. I just been in the channel, not even seeing the comments. So, my bad. Steph says, Shauna, sorry, I yelled your name in excitement. Same. The soul tribe's here. All right. So, shadow self, whatever you've been repressing, whatever you haven't been noticing, because either you don't want to, or you've just been, trying to keep on trucking and just keep your head down and keep moving, keep along this path, trying to get it to have the outcome that you want. We're having shadows surface, and if you're not seeing them, regardless of whether you're trying not to see them or not, they are surfacing. Okay. And they're not going to go away until you recognize why they're there, what they're meant to teach you, and how you can grow from these things. Because once you shed that light on your shadows, the shadows disappear. Okay. We integrate. We don't get rid of, we integrate. So the emotions, there's a lot of mental energy, like overthinking energy, that's present here, and that's been a theme collectively. Okay, it has definitely been a theme. I've had some clients on the platforms, um, with the same kind of issue. So the air energy is ever so present here right now. um, so make sure that you are giving yourself a mental break. Okay, we're gonna have to retrain those thought patterns because that's what gets us stuck. So if you're having that hyperfixation, that overthinking, the intrusive thoughts, whatever it is bombarding you, it's time to really focus on retraining. And the way that we train is we ask our egos to kindly take a back seat. I know you're here for my highest good. I know you're trying to keep me safe, but you know what? I need to sit with this. I need to face this shadow. So let's learn about it. Let's see why it's here, and let's see how we can get it to integrate so it'll leave us the hell alone. Um, so make sure that you are, whenever you're feeling triggered, you're getting to the bottom of why it is you're actually feeling triggered, and allow that ego to take a back seat. Okay, because no matter who we are not always in the right. Okay. So make sure that you are giving ample energy and time to these triggers and to nourishing yourself after having experienced those. Okay. Nervous system rebalancing, whatever you need to do. If you want to do EFT tapping, you can also like pinch the top cartilage of your ear and drag that down to, to reset your nervous system. There are all kinds of different techniques you can do. Look into it if that's something that you are feeling drawn to do. But we have to reset our nervous system so that we stop having those knee jerk responses, the auto stimuli, right? Because it's a completely human thing. It happens to me, especially being autistic. Okay. Certain things just kind of get right under my skin, and I have that shitty reaction. Okay. I will snap. And it's not pretty. But for the most part, I can keep it in check. But when it hits, and that autistic burnout is real, and we can snap. Okay. So whatever it is that you're experiencing that may be causing you to feel that way, if not act that way, we need to reset that nervous system. We're recalibrating. Okay. Retraining our mind, retraining that nervous system so that we can hold more, because that's what it's really all about. You're feeling this lack because you're being trained to be able to hold more. And the fact that you're not holding more now only is that you're not strong enough currently in the frequency that you're in, or with the experience that you've had, to hold much more than that. It would be overwhelming. And I'm not saying you're not strong. That's absolutely not the case. It's just that you have been holding on to so much for so long, okay, that you couldn't possibly hold more. So we're getting rid of things, and we're strength training so that we can hold more, in the capacity that it's coming to us. Because Nine of Pentacles, baby. Okay. This is being set. This is solid. This is that pre-empress energy. Okay. This is having it all and being successful and happy and only growing from here. So you're this is what you're moving towards if you're not already there yet. Okay. But all of these setbacks, all of the reroutes, okay, because we've all been rerouted over the past year. All of this has been setting you up so that there's no room for failure, because you've run into this obstacle and that obstacle, and all of these different things. So now it's like, oh, okay, I know that's not the way, and that's not the way, that's a dead end. So we've kind of, in this labyrinth that we've been in, we've kind of found all the walls that we could run into, so that we kind of have this general understanding of where we're meant to go, which pathways are going to have that opening, which ones are going to be productive for us and not just take us, around and around until we hit a dead end. So this is retraining. Okay. It's not failure. Hi, Joanne. There you are. So everything it's like topsy-turvy, upside down, with the Four of Wands right here. It's the opposite of foundations. It's like everything's been flipped on its head. everything that you've gotten excited about. Not everything, okay? I know it's not going to pertain to every single little thing, so don't hold me to that. But certain things have, that you wanted to celebrate, or maybe you already were celebrating because it looked like it was happening, and then all of a sudden things got flipped on their head and it didn't work anymore and it didn't move forward. Those are only setbacks. Those are strength training, positioning you so that you can create it effectively and not run into any hiccups, no fissures, no cracks in the foundation. You have dotted all of your I's and crossed all of your T's, and every single brick you've laid in this foundation is solid. Okay. Knight of Wands in the reverse, right next to that Four of Wands in the reverse. Things have not been going right for a lot of people. Okay. This also could be anger and frustrations that are being provoked by the fact that things haven't been really moving forward. And whenever our foundations are threatened, of course, we're going to feel provoked. We're going to feel frustrated and angry. So make sure that you give yourself the room to express those emotions. Yes, but also harness that energy and apply it to where you can move forward with that. Once you have kind of come back to center, balanced yourself, okay, and set yourself up to try again. Strength in the reverse. There's a couple more cards in the reverse, guys. Strength in reverse and Page of Pentacles in reverse. The things that have not come through for you, the offers that never came or that fell apart, or the opportunities that you thought you were going to receive and didn't, or started to and didn't move forward. All of those things, again, were strength testing. Okay. They were testing your resilience. They were making you stronger. It was like you were in the weight room pulling extra weight. Okay. And I don't know who likes doing that, because I really do not like lifting weights. I'm sensitive. But spiritual weights, I can lift it. I don't like it though. It's not fun. Trust me. Okay. I've been through some spiritual strength training this year, and it has not been a picnic. And I'll be the first to admit it. Like, I'm not perfect, and I'm tested in my own ways. Right. And I can know the truth about a situation, but feel the opposite of that. And that's my own path, my own shit to work out. Okay. So if you've been experiencing it and you're feeling like, oh, I'm not that far ahead on my path, or I'm not as spiritual as I thought I was. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Anna, thank you. It's not, that's not what it is at all. Okay. We're on our own paths and we have different levels of difficulty. You might just be on a path with a high level of difficulty, and it doesn't fucking seem fair, and it's not fun. And we want to just give up and say, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go get a cafeteria job instead of the spiritual job that I do, because I'm over this shit. Okay. All right. But then we're called back. Okay. You're going to be checked. You're going to be, put in your place by the universe, and perhaps even your physical surroundings. Like, my physical body is like, we can't do this. So girl, get on your ass and do some readings. So we're all tested in our own ways, and we all ultimately get there and continue forth on the path. But we also wrap up those lessons. We do those side quests. Okay. We get the bonus features and we get the bonus problems as well. We overcome that shit. We put it in our tool belt and we keep fucking walking the walk. Right. So all in all, the things that have not been moving forward at the pace that you believe they should, or at all even, that's okay. You're being strengthened. You're being conditioned to be able to hold a lot more than you thought you would. I like lifting physical and spiritual weights. That buff Jesus meme with his sunglasses on. I lift spirits. Oh my gosh, Steph. I don't know what meme you're talking about, but you better find it and show it to me, because that's funny. The only things about his feet. Oh my gosh. Yes, Shauna, right? Lifting those spiritual and physical weights at times. Girl, you better be lifting some tamales up in your mouth. Those things look delicious. If none of you or if some of you don't know about Shauna's husband David's small business page that he just created, tag it Shauna so that people can go and like it, or follow it, whatever. Delicious, delicious looking Mexican food. And I know most of you guys aren't local to her, but it doesn't matter. We can support anyway. And I mean, who doesn't want to see pictures of delicious tamales come up on their timeline? All right. So, strength training, it hasn't manifested, it hasn't materialized because it's about to in a bigger way than you could have anticipated. So many tamales. I'm so strong now. I envy you, Shauna. Chariot card, because the things have not been taking root, because they have not been tangibilizing for you, does not mean that they're not going to. They've been gathering momentum. They've been gaining speed, but also, I heard velocity. Okay. I mean, that might mean something for someone. Anyway, you cannot go that fast in this trajectory without the balance. And that's what, you might have been taken down a peg or two, but that's causing balance. Okay. It's causing balance. It's not saying that you got too big for your britches. It's just you were getting too big too fast and you needed to tie up some loose ends. You needed to fully absorb some of the lessons that you've learned, okay, so that it can be more potent and powerful moving forward. Terminal velocity, like Susan, the shopping cart. David, your ear was ringing. I summoned you. It was me. I told Shauna to tag your page, and that way we can follow you and support you even if we can't be there in person to eat your delicious tamales. I'm going to have to make a special trip to Iowa now. I mean, it would be worth it. Anywho, so when these triggers are happening, when the shadow self is arising, remember to keep it in perspective, okay? Flip that narrative on its fucking head. Align your thoughts and your emotions with that of your goals, okay? With the overall outcome, the feeling energy of it, or the vision, however you can easier tangibilize it to yourself so that you can believe it for yourself, is what we're doing here. There are so many ways to manifest. There are so many things to align yourself with the outcome. So whatever works best for you, make sure that you are doing that. Give the triggers and the emotions your attention as they come. Don't go looking for them. You're welcome, David. Don't go seeking them out, because when you go seeking out traumas and triggers and shadows, you're just going to continue to find more and more and more, because what you're looking for, you're going to find. Okay. That's how manifestation works. So it comes in waves. Address it as you need to, not seeking it out to find every single one, because it's just, they're going to multiply exponentially. So people get stuck in that shadow work cycle. And I'm not saying bypass anything. I'm not saying don't do the shadow work. I'm saying do it when you have the trigger. Do it whenever it approaches you. Do not continue to chase it down. Yay. Okay. I'll have to. I've never been to Iowa. I haven't been past pretty much the middle of the US towards the East Coast. I haven't been past those states, but yes, I will definitely have to come and visit. Road trip. My kids still ask every 5 minutes, when are we going to be there? So maybe give it a little bit longer. So flip that shit on its head. Okay. Address the shadows only as they come. Don't go seeking them, because as you seek, so shall you find. Gifts, new beginnings, presents, and surprises, because you have been doing the work. Okay. Because you haven't shied away from it, because you are still here. okay, the reward is coming because you have been um, constantly in pursuit of the ultimate outcome. High culture envy, self-help junkies, right? I get it. I get it. I totally get it. But it can, everything in balance. I always say that because even the spirituality stuff, okay, um, can become an ascension trap. They can trap you, just like the twin flame dynamic thing. Okay, there's counterparts, but then there's the whole twin flame narrative. Um, and people that get sucked into that, it takes a while to come out of. So everything in balance, just like all of the Buddhas said. Okay. um, you haven't been to Iowa? Oh my gosh, Steph. So yeah, new beginnings. Things are coming in that are much better than what you've been experiencing. We've been shedding all that does not belong. That's what 2025 was all about. Okay. Shedding what doesn't belong. It was a number 9 year, which is cycles ending. Okay. It was the year of the wood snake. Really hard, difficult rings of layers, like the onion, that we have to completely move through. And it's difficult, right? Wood is hard. It's meant to be. Take that how you will. But we have been able to get through that. We're still riding the tail end of it, okay, because it's residual energy, and the Chinese zodiac is very different from the Gregorian calendar. It doesn't start the year of the fire horse until February 17th. So Gregorian calendar and this New Year's that we just collectively celebrated, ain't it? Okay. But I mean, it is an opportunity to create new beginnings, and that's exactly what you're doing. But you may still be experiencing some residual shit from 2025. That's just how it goes with energy. It bleeds through. There is no finite lines between this energy, that energy. There's always a blending, and energy flows. Okay, it is not contained. So at least I got one laugh out of it. So the new beginnings are coming in. Just keep your eyes on the prize and address the shitstorms as they come. If you still have more to go through, you can handle it. Trust me, it's actually dissipating for a lot of people. The severity and of the triggers of the shitstorm situations, okay, it's starting to dissipate. If you haven't noticed already, you soon will. So expect it to get easier because we're leaving one level and we're entering a new level. We have mission, raising consciousness, sharing your light, and ripple effect. You have been stripped down in this past year or more, even, you've been stripped down. The house has been gutted. We're doing a complete overhaul, a new, renovation of your house, the vessel that houses your soul temporarily, right? So, as you have been stripped bare of all that doesn't belong, you're allowing yourself to shift in your consciousness. You're becoming much lighter so that the consciousness can rise, because consciousness, it's not something hard and tangible that you can just like pick up and stick in your mind, and then now I'm running a different program. Okay, it's light. Light is enlightenment, it is knowledge, it's awareness, it's consciousness, right? So it's not something heavy and dense and tangible that you can just manipulate just like that. So we've been taking the weights off, right? We've been unburdening ourselves from so many situations, scenarios, tangible and the not so tangible. Okay. Thoughts, feelings, traumas, all of those things we've been really working on healing. And again, going back to that healing card, okay, be gentle on yourself, release the past. So you're allowing your consciousness to raise, you're allowing yourself to really absorb what has been going on and the lessons that you've learned along the way. Adventure, travel, vacation, new experiences. This could be an actual vacation. This could be, taking a little mushy trip or something like that. But I want you to think of this path more so as an adventure. As we move into this new energy of 2026 and the year of the fire horse. Oh, hey, Christy, love you. I want you to really shift that perspective, okay? Instead of thinking of it as a tough, difficult, arduous journey that, like, when are the ETs gonna come and beam us up because I'm fucking over this place? Trust me, I get it, okay? I have my moments. But I want you to shift perspectives because now the difficult parts are over. We've been through the shit storms. We've been drugged through the bullshit, okay? We've been drugged through the bogs and all the swampy areas of our experience, of our lives, of our psyche, okay? And now it's time for that path to smooth out. Now it's time to build this new earth because we've torn down so many things individually, okay, within our own experience. And we're still working on the collective ones because holy shitstorm, I just like saw the stuff that's going on with like the US and Venezuela and Mexico and Cuba and oh gosh, all of it. Don't pay attention to all that bullshit. Like, see it, observe it, be mindful and aware if you need to. But just know that all of this stuff has to come to light. They're going to have to push the envelope until it comes to a point where collectively everyone is over the bullshit, so that we can actually completely tear it down. But there are people already building on the new. There are, people, regular Joe Schmoes and Nancy Pantsy, whatevers, that are like running for office in their local elections and things like that are like regular people that are representative of the actual people, not representative of the 1% and their interests and so forth. So take all that shit with a grain of salt. Know that it has to crumble. So it's going to get bigger. It's going to get louder until it explodes. Okay. Which it looks like it should at any time. Right. Right. It's an adventure. That's part of the journey. Okay. It's smog. Like the Lord of the Rings, the big scary dragon, which we know dragons are good, but this is smog. So just buckle up because we're gonna be sitting tight for a little bit longer on the greater collective experience. But it is an adventure nonetheless. All right. So just try to keep yourself in check, keep your emotions, keep your mental energies in check because that kind of shit can freak everyone out. I trust it. I know. I also see that it's time to start having fun after all the hard introspective healing we've done. Yes, the world will keep working on catching up. Exactly. So if we're hello, Kara, I love you. So if we're working on having fun, on raising our own frequency and being excited and creating new things collectively, that energy translates. The more of us that do that, the more it's going to put in the collective bank account, right? The greater collective energy account. So that is how we shift. We shift by living our experience first, and then the rest changes after that. Waiting on this shit for a minute. Yeah, I'm right. I see you, girl. Don't trust me. I'm like, oh, I have been like taking a break from paying attention to that stuff because it was like, when is this pimple gonna pop? Like, the pus has to come out. It's surfacing. What? Terrible. Anyway, like, how can people not see it? But anyway, it's only ephemeral. Ephemeral showed up. We're not there yet, but I'm pulling it up right now. This is temporary, okay? Temporary beauty, mostly, but with this card, and that's mostly, what it means, but everything is temporary, okay? This is a cycle. It's going to cycle through, and then we're going to be on the other side of it, and then in 10, 15, 20 years, we're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, can you believe that we once lived in a world where that was a thing? Just like, can you believe that once slavery was legal in the sense that people view it now, even though we're all enslaved currently? Not, well, I mean, there's sovereign amongst us. But, oh, hey, Patrine. So yeah. I need a nicotine hit after that one. Cosmic Child is on the bottom of the deck. We're just not going to give any more lip service to all that negative bullshit. Cosmic Child, okay? Reach for the stars because that is what we're anchoring. That is what we're anchoring. That high frequency, high vibe and light. All right. Hello, Lisa. How are you, beauty? So the shit that you see right now is only temporary, okay? Everything is only temporary. The only permanence is change. So we're getting there. It's just, it takes for certain frequencies of existence, okay? Certain types of people, if you didn't catch it, certain frequencies currently existing on this plane, it takes something huge, okay, to really shake them because they're so deeply rooted and cemented in their belief patterns, in their programming, that it takes something big to rock them. And we would think that the something bigs that have been all happening like for a while now would have been enough to get people to snap out of it. But you got to keep in mind, they've been on this cycle for many, 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 many lifetimes. Okay. They are so solidified that they're calcified in that shit. They're mummified in that shit. Okay. It's going to take something big to wake a mummy. Okay. It just is. So just prepare yourself, pace yourself, balance, unplug from all of that shit whenever it starts to really, trigger you and impact your own frequency. Because without your high frequency, it's going to be a bit longer before we can really see the healthy impact, right? The healthy shift, the shift into the new earth. So have your moments, process your grief, process your fear, process whatever it is you need to process, unplug from that shit and raise your frequency and then continue, okay? Because we need your light. This is only temporary. Good. I'm glad you got goosebumps. Sideways after. Ah! Yikes, Shauna. Yeah. First time you noticed your clairaudience? Well, I mean, that would get your attention. Oh, goodness. I can't even say it. I'll have to highlight the comment because it gives me the EBGBs. Ooh. Now my feet feel funny. Ooh. Oh my goodness. That's why, I guess I didn't give some people enough time to read the whole thing, probably. Hello, Kara, on your Kara profile. That's what gave me the EBGBs. So, spiritual gifts are not always fun to experience because I felt that in my feet, my right foot mostly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry, Shauna. That's terrible. But yes, only temporary like that. I mean, that equates pretty well to what's been happening in the collective sphere lately. So, whew. Yes, Steph, I love that comment. I'll show you a comment too. Ooh, Shauna, you made me squeamish. So, it's only temporary, okay? Keep your frequency high. You are a cosmic child. You are a star seed. You are a light bringer, okay? So don't allow all of the 3D shit to bring down your frequency. If it does, have the experience, feel all the feels, unplug from that and rise above it because you're a child of the cosmos. You don't belong playing around in the tar pits, okay? Crossroads energy right behind that with currents. So make waves. I just heard. You are the current. You're the drop and you are the ocean. You are the current and you are the calm. Okay. So now is the time to take command of your own path, of your own journey. Be the director, the producer, the star of the show. because that's who you truly are, but you have to embody it yourself. So I'm getting more so of like crossing over, the crossroads energy, intersection energy, where you're crossing over new path, completely different direction. Be the current, because you have you command the energy to do so. You command the energy to do so. Always in motion, even when you're sensing stagnation, even when you feel like you're in stagnation, okay? Energy is always in motion. Happy full super moon portal to you. Yes, amazing. Releasing, set your intentions with the full moon to release what no longer serves, to let go of, past grievances, etc., all of the things. And it is in Cancer, if I'm not mistaken. So everything having to do with home, family, which does gloss back over what I said earlier. I don't remember exactly what I said, but y'all know. The vessel you're housed in temporarily, that whole spiel. Anyway, always in motion, even when you are experiencing stagnation. Stagnation is the energy flowing. It's just in that continuous pool until you become the current and you shift. Okay, so even if you're experiencing stagnation right now, understand the energy is still in motion, and it's just gaining that momentum until you choose which direction to allow it to flow in. Okay, be calm and keep going. Right behind that, bottom of the deck energy, heart space color here, we've got green. This is the heart chakra. Even though it's showing the person's head all lit up and stuff, this is heart chakra related, and that's what came to me whenever I saw it. So be calm in the heart and the emotions, because you're the only one that can balance yourself in that state. So if you're feeling turbulence with regard to your emotions, thoughts, whatever, because we did talk about thought patterns as well earlier, it's time for you to bring balance to those, because until you have that balance, right, with that light and that dark, you can't move forward, not at the rapid pace that you're meant to. So drop the dead weight, balance yourself, focus on your trajectory, and move in that direction. Stagnation does lead to transformation because it shows us what we don't want, right? And we're the only ones that can take action to create something better than what we're experiencing. So it's all about Earth School and the lessons we learn in the tangible realm. So you have a bigger impact than you believe you do. Align your energy, align your thoughts, your emotions, and focus on the trajectory that you want to go in, and put all of your energy in that direction. You are on the right path. So that first, or I'm sorry, yeah, always in motion, you are on the right path. Even whenever you're experiencing stagnation or when you're having to do a lot of side quests, okay, you're still on the right path. There's no mistake, okay? So even when you feel that you've made a mistake, you've misstepped in some way, you have regressed, you haven't. You're just gaining more experience. You're absorbing all of the lessons so that you can fully move on from it, okay? So you are on the right path. Shelter, right underneath that one. So it's winter time in the northern hemisphere. That means like the earth is sleeping, right? Animals are hibernating. It's that time to rest, to integrate, to come up with the next plan. You're formulating the next plan for action come springtime. You're figuring out what seeds you're going to sow and which field you're going to sow them in. I sowed those seeds in that field last year, took too much of this out of the soil, so we're going to plant something that'll replenish that, and we're going to shift. That's how farmers do their crops if they're smart enough, if they don't use pesticides and fertilizers. Anyway, so just shelter yourself right now. Take a rest, take a step back, rebalance yourself, meditate, do whatever it is that helps you to feel at peace and at balance, okay? Because you cannot move forward unless you want to move chaotically, okay? You cannot move forward if you are experiencing that pressure, okay? I love that, Matt. You are exactly where you're meant to be. I'm getting nosy and trying to read your guys' comments. Okay, distracting myself. So you are on the right path, but now is the time to take that step back to really nurture yourself. Take a rest, take a breather, okay? There's no demand on your time, on your energy, on your focus right now for the future. You just need to exist for a little while, okay? Stop putting the pressure on yourself because you have all the time in the world. You're here, you're breathing, you're in the flesh, okay? You have the time. So stop forcing yourself because that can trigger patterns of lack, patterns of, thought patterns or traumas in which you felt like you didn't measure up, like you weren't good enough, whether you were told that by a parent or a caregiver or, someone in school that held some kind of weight, whose opinions held some kind of weight, which I roll at, but I experienced the same thing before. Okay, trust me, but it never ceases to get an eye roll from me. So there you go. You are on the right path. Again, rainbow. It's right next to that shelter card, still under the you are on the right path card. You are creating the storm, yes, but you're leaving that rainbow behind to remind yourself of the beautiful, bright new energy that comes in afterwards. Because anytime a storm comes through and then it dissipates, it leaves, you have that fresh, crisp smell, right? That just after the rain scent. The negative ions in the air, it's all charged. It feels good. It's like the best fresh air that you could possibly breathe right after a storm. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And then you see that rainbow. You see what you can see in the visible light spectrum. But it's light, it's ether, it's fractals of light. Just remember you are a fractal of light, okay? And just know that the rainbow is coming after this storm if you're still experiencing a storm. And if not, if you've come out on the other side of it, that's your cue. It's time to build. It's time to really take this fresh energy and the satisfaction and the beauty that you're experiencing from this, okay? And apply it to what you're doing moving forward. Hello, Val. Oh, awesome. Enjoy the replay, darling. Thank you for joining us just for a minute to pop in. I know you probably can't even hear me, but I love you. So focus on the rainbow. All right. Your life plan is unfolding as it should. And that's right next to you are on the right path. So if you're questioning whether or not you're on the right path or whether or not you're putting effort into something that's going to be productive for you or not, this is your sign. You're on the right path. Everything, even the side quests, okay, they all add up to experience. They all contribute to your learning, to your growth, okay? And they become tools in your arsenal to build moving forward. So everything is unfolding as it's meant to. Even the negative shit, it's bringing you closure, it's bringing you lessons, it's benefiting you in some way, shape, or form. So look at it from that perspective. How is this benefiting me? How did this having happened in my life benefit me? And see how your perspective shifts after that. Everything is always working out for us. Yes, Lisa. Love it. And then the ephemeral card was right under that. This is only temporary, okay? Everything is only temporary, even the good stuff, all right? Even if it lasts a long time for human perspective, it's still only temporary. So look at things from that perspective. This too shall pass. I know it's cliche. I know it can probably piss you off whenever you're hearing it, right whenever you're in the thick of shit storms. Okay, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But you have to remind yourself anyway, okay? Even when it's like nails on a chalkboard, okay? Remind yourself again and again, and just get into that state of flow, because when we're resisting, it makes it even more difficult. We're expending way too much energy. When we're in the flow, We're moving through it at a more rapid pace. Okay. We're not fighting against it. So it's not going to continue and it's not going to, last a lot longer. So just flow with it. Take a nap, take a rest. Okay. With that shelter card over here and slumber both showing up in the same spread, you really need to chill. Okay. Take a chill pill. Why are these cliche things coming to me today? Rome wasn't built in a day. It certainly didn't fall in one either, because it's still, anyway. So take a step back. Don't even focus on that for right now. Even if it's 10 minutes out of your day, okay? Take a step back, go meditate, go do something that you enjoy that can get your mind off of whatever difficulty you're facing, all right? And try to increase the increments of time that you spend on not focusing on the thing, okay? And see how much momentum starts to build in the direction that you actually want it, instead of because you're feeding that mental and emotional energy into the overthinking and the efforting and all that stuff, and it's not going the direction that you want it to. There's why. So take a break, stop focusing on that. Take a day if you can, or a weekend. I mean, go on a trip. If you can't go on some kind of actual physical trip, meditate or do a mushy trip or something, whatever you can do. But after you remove or retract that energy from the shitty situation that continues to persist, you're going to get it to go in the direction that you want it to go in. And that's where things really take flight. Okay. So if you are still putting more weight in the basket of the shit that you don't want, that's not going to get you the things that you do, because that energy is you're investing in the shit you don't want. So shift your investment to the things that you do want, even if it makes you, have to daydream about it and not really experience something more positive, and it's only in your mind and your internal world. Do that. Okay. Get delusional as fuck. Keep that balance, okay? Because that healthy balance of knowing what's actually manifest and tangible and true in your experience, that can, for some people, if they get too delulu, they just go off and get stuck there. So balance, everything in balance, remember. Okay. So ground yourself, but also go on that mental trip. Okay. Go on that journey. Go get delusional, go create amazing worlds in your inner world. Okay. That will give you the reprieve. That will give you that energetic break, so that you're not putting all of your energy into the basket of shit that you don't want. You're investing it in the shit that you do want. So things will start to improve. Things will start to get better. You just have to start getting delusional in the investment basket. Okay. The ones you want to invest in. But otherwise, it's an adventure. Your mission is to bring about these new beginnings for yourself and for the greater collective. And you only do that by improving your own experience and doing it for yourself. Because think of it like interest rates, okay? We're paying into the principal on this home that we want to live in, but we're also paying interest rates for having borrowed the money, okay? So you're putting energy in that basket. That, I know it sucks, it's kind of a shitty thing because capitalism, but think of it as your energy. You own both, okay? You own the money that you loaned, and you also own the home that you're just kind of, you've got energy in two baskets here. So you're paying towards principal, but you're also paying towards the thing that's in the other account that you're not touching, okay? Kind of shitty. Little what you call it, but I mean, it works. Whatever. That's what you get. That's what my brain's given right now. So anywho, you will get through this. You are overcoming a lot. You're starting to add new energy to new baskets. Okay. Stop investing energy in the old ones. Stop paying so much attention to old situations, things that have, long since been over, or things that don't necessarily belong in your life anymore. It's all for your own betterment. So whether it looks or feels that way or not at the time, it is. And you're not going to really, like, you're not going to know it until it's done in a lot of cases. When you are having a hard time releasing, letting go of certain situations, people, whatever, it's going to feel like shit. Okay. For most of the time that you are fighting against releasing it. But once you come out on the other side of it, you'll look back and you'll say, oh, I see how I hurt myself more by holding on to that situation, to that person, to those thoughts, to that way of believing, whatever it is. Okay. So you won't know that until you experience it yourself. And then the next time you'll have an easier time letting go, getting delusional in the investment basket. Yes. The momentum we can get flowing is so powerful. Yes. And your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts contribute to your frequency or your attitude. Okay. And when we're in a higher frequency, a happier mood, we can see more opportunities. When we're more pessimistic and we're focusing on the shit that's been going wrong and we're just in a really shitty mood, we're not going to see the possibilities for the positive outcomes, because even if we did see them, we'd be like, that looks fucking stupid. I don't want to do that. So keep it higher frequency when you can. And when you can't, that's okay. Okay. Be authentic to your own emotions. Be authentic to your experience. Go scream out into the void. Go to the gym, punch a punching bag, scream in a pillow, whatever you got to do, but just get it out. Okay. Anywho, that's what I got for you guys tonight. And I'm getting pretty good at keeping it at about an hour. So, that's good. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I've got to get off of here and go over and start working, taking calls. So, can't see your reflection in boiling water. Exactly, Matt. I love that. I'm going to highlight that. That was a really good one. So, yeah, do what you can to bring balance to those, more chaotic emotions so that you can see clearly. Oops. Hurts letting go for a long time, never forever possibly, but letting go is freeing. It's necessary. Yes. I love that, Susan. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm probably going to shift from Saturdays to, I don't know, maybe Sundays or Mondays, because of the new work coming in, but it's probably not going to change until after I quit the temporary day job. So I love you guys. I'll keep you posted on what the plan is moving forward on the days that I'm going to be live and how many. I hope to, go live at least another day every week. So I'll keep you guys abreast at what's happening with that. But I love you. Mwah. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you next Saturday. Okay?